Hey guys, what's up? I haven't made a video in quite a while, and I got some awesome news right now. We got the beautiful new 2016 Dodge Hellcat. We traded in the M3, that beautiful Austin yellow M3. I actually really love that car. There was nothing wrong with it. Honestly, it did everything really well. It handled well, it was super comfortable, looked awesome. That M3 will always be one of my, top dream cars, but we always wanted to experience a Hellcat, and so I'm going to show you guys that today and, tell you about some future plans and future videos involving this awesome car. All right, guys, so one of the main reasons we traded in the M3 well, it was kind of two main reasons. One, which I would say is like the biggest for me, was the fact that it wasn't a manual. I think if that M3 was a manual, we definitely would have kept it. There's something about just, how enjoyable driving a manual sports car is, and having the M3 have that DCT. It was an awesome transmission, but nothing beats 3 pedals and just going through the gears. So that was definitely one big reason. And the other was the horsepower. For a car that costs brand new, those M3s, like $75,000, for only having like 425, 430 horsepower for that price range, I don't know, it's kind of disappointing. You could go up against a brand new 5.0 and be like neck and neck with it. We wanted something that could really beat a lot more cars on the street and something that was just a lot more enjoyable. So I'm gonna pop the hood so you guys can check out that sweet supercharged V8, and yeah, let's do that right now. All right, guys, here is the star of the show with this beautiful Hellcat. Here we have a supercharged 6.2 liter V8 from Dodge, and when this car came out, I think it really changed the playing field for all American manufacturers. Dodge, they're a company that just does not care about any practicality or trying to stay in confined lines, coloring inside the lines or whatever. They like to do whatever they want. And this car, when it came out, 707 horsepower, was mind-blowing. I remember everyone was talking about it. I remember being in high school and just everyone was talking about it, all the guys talking about cars, and Hellcat would always be brought up. So this car is really, a milestone in the car community with just how much power an American muscle car could put out. And this car, trust me, even though it weighs, it's a boat, trust me, it's a boat. It weighs like 4,500 pounds. That 707 horsepower makes it feel like a feather. So, with this type of engine, you can do a lot of cool bolt-ons, pulleys, intake, a lot of stuff like that, even tune it on E85 and other things. But as it is stock, it's extremely powerful, and as you guys will see in some future videos where I'm gonna do some performance testing, you're gonna be pretty shocked what this car can do. But yeah, check out that awesome engine. It's kind of funny that we have the Hellcat now, because a few years back when we had the white Jaguar F-Type R, if you guys have been subscribed to the channel or have been watching any of my past videos, I don't expect any of you guys to, but if you have, you know we had the F-Type R. That was a supercharged V8, 550 horsepower. Man, that car was awesome, all-wheel drive. And when we were at the dealer, my dad was deciding, should we go with the F-Type or should we go with the Hellcat? And the Hellcat over there was a gray one, and it was also manual. And I remember in the test drive, my dad was like, it's an awesome car, but I know if we get it, one of us is gonna die driving it. And I didn't get to drive it back then, and my first time driving it was actually yesterday. But I think we missed out on a lot of fun, because this car is just fantastic. And I don't regret at all having that F-Type, but super excited to have this now, especially with the manual transmission. You got to get this car with the manual transmission. But yeah, guys, enough about the exterior. I'll show you guys a few more exterior shots, but let me first show you the interior and that awesome manual transmission. So when me and my brother went yesterday to go trade in the M3, drop it off, and pick up the new Hellcat, it was the first time that I actually ever sat in a Challenger. Never sat in one before, and the first thing that came to mind was that this car is definitely made for the American in mind. I mean, it's got tons of space. These seats could easily fit 300-pounder, no lie. And it's just something that's so cool about this car. It's so muscular. You can look into the mirrors, and kind of the back is sticking out. It's an awesome car. It's huge. For being a two-door, it's like the biggest two-door out there, I swear. It's awesome. But here's the manual. Man, Just gotta love manual transmission. 3 pedals, just nothing better than it, honestly. But, you know, there's a lot of cool things with this car. Actually, let me show you guys. If we can turn it on. So, you have this 8.1-inch touch right here, and I was messing with it yesterday and trying to like figure out all the different performance stuff that's associated with it. But you basically just go to apps, and then you can go to performance pages, and it's kind of slow, you know, this tech is starting to get dated, but it'll give you a bunch of information. I'll show you in just a second. So you got stuff like these timers, and these timers actually give a bunch of information. You can check out your 0 to 60, your 0 to 100, a bunch of different stuff. And with this gauges 1, you can see a lot of good information, coolant, oil temp, all that good stuff. Also over here, it's nice to be able to check on you know, stuff like that, especially with the high horsepower car. And if you're running it a bunch in the heat, you want to make sure those temps and everything is good. And also G-force, that's kind of cool. And I like this one a lot. While you're driving, you got live like horsepower readout, torque, and boost as well. So that's pretty cool. And then let me show you another really cool thing with this car. If you go over here, there's drive modes, and you can do whatever you want. So the default when you start the car with the red key will give you the 700 horsepower and put traction control in street and the suspension in street as well. You can do like sport, and it'll start changing that up. And then track is probably the most dangerous. That's where Doug DeMiro almost crashed. Or you could do custom. You could do some weird like setup, whatever you want. But kind of cool that it has that. I don't think I've driven a car where you could configure it like that. Well, I guess the M3, but not touchscreen and stuff like that. But yeah, guys, super cool interior, really comfortable seats, and that awesome manual transmission. And one day I'm definitely gonna have to try this launch control out, even though this thing only has 275s and would probably be spinning like crazy. But yeah, guys, I'll get a quick exhaust clip for you guys, and then I'm gonna talk about some of the future videos we'll make. All right, I'm gonna use my shoe as a place to set my phone to record the exhaust. You guys will like how this sounds for being stock. Doesn't that sound pretty awesome for a stock exhaust? I mean, it's crazy that they can get away with that with emissions and all, you know, things are getting strict. You would think they would not be able to make it that loud stock, but I really like how it sounds. And, you know, I was watching a street speed video earlier, and if you do a muffler delete, supposedly it's like just like the perfect sound. Not too loud, but still a bunch of pops and bangs, all that type of stuff. But, you know, it's funny, I was doing this review and then I just realized we're reviewing a Hellcat, you know, from Hell, and we are actually at a church doing this, so just kind of funny that we're doing that. I feel like that's kind of ironic. But yeah, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Just a quick kind of overview of the new car, and we're gonna get a bunch of cool driving videos, 0 to 60. I'm gonna set up some races with some buddies. We're gonna get a lot of cool competitors out there and see how the Hellcat stacks up, even against me on my R6. We'll have to make that video soon. So yeah, guys, be looking out for that. Subscribe if you want to see those videos in the future. And yeah, super excited about this Hellcat. I hope you guys are excited for the videos.